What up, everyone? This is the Boombox Podcast with your girl, Whitney, aka Prodilogues, whatever. Thank you for listening. Thank you, everyone who's tuning in, who's subscribing, who's liking, who's following, who's commenting, who's messaging me, etc. Thank you all. And shout out to the Saltwater. Follow them, the Saltwater crew. They supply all my weed right now. I'm going to blaze it. So shout out. So I got many guests coming in, and I got a lot of cool local people that are doing positive shit, they're doing dope ass shit, and they're doing something they love, art, music, whatever. And I got these two gentlemen here, Pollo and Ivan. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Let's tell the audience first who you are, and then we'll go from there. I wanna talk about your Soul Times first, and then we'll do your individual stuff. But Pollo, I met you at your Soul Times event. That was fucking dope.
Yeah, thank you.
It was a dope ass event.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, your guys' event, it like kind of feels like something that I missed in high school. Like because I used to be a greaser back in the day. So I used to be a greaser, and I love oldies. I love the times. I loved the style, the cars, you know what I mean, the love. You know what I mean.
Sure.
It was just a different vibe, and like I think that's why I really like dig the style. But not only that, like going to an event, like just hearing nothing but oldies, like that's my kind of event right there. How did you guys start, or like?
Man, well, sadly my boy's not here, Leo.
Aww.
So I started with my boy Leo.
Yeah.
Big props and shout out to him. He actually is the one that put me on game with everything, so big love to him.
Yeah.
He had actually been doing oldies for a minute years back in Long Beach.
Like DJing?
Yeah, so he stopped for a while. Then once me and him like linked up and became friends, we found out we had the same taste of music. And there was actually somebody else doing oldies in Long Beach at that time.
Oh, okay.
At Alex's bar, and we would go.
Oh yeah.
So we would go to that, and it just out of nowhere just stopped. Like it ended, so we didn't have anywhere else to go to. And me and Leo were just talking one day, and we were like, Leo was like, fuck, I'm just gonna start doing my own thing again. So he did, and then I linked up with him because it's like we got the shit, we got the records, like why not,
Yeah, might as well.
So we did. So we started doing that, and it actually didn't start at Soul Times. It started as just going. We started at the Stash in Long Beach on 4th Street.
Oh, okay.
And we just
all these.
So it actually just started as something like small. We weren't really promoting it. We weren't really like pushing it. We didn't really even have a name for it. We would just call it Sunday Oldies, but Goodies. That's it. I'd fucking make the flyers on my phone, like just something very like
If you ain't trying to listen to Art Laveau and I fuck it, just come over here and listen to the same shit.
It really was just like a fucking kickback every month for us. Like just close homies would come through. If new people would come, we'd be happy, obviously. But really, it was just a little kickback for us, something to do on a Sunday. But then me and Leo started talking about kind of pushing it, doing it bigger, because we did that for a little while, maybe like 8 months or 9 months. And we were like, man, you know what? We should probably start pushing this a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that's where Ivan came in.
Yeah. So I mean, we tried it. Like I've talked. Like I ran into them a couple. Like maybe like 2 of those events that they were doing at the Stash, and you drinking and you're like, oh shit, we should do this. Like, dude, I'm totally down for flyers. But at that time,
when you're drunk,
this was before the year ended. Because I think the first one was in January, right? So when we would run into each other, it was always like all talk, right?
Yeah.
But there was so much shit going on for me, like towards the end of the year, and I'm sure for everybody with holidays and shit that it took a while, but then it was like finally like fuck it, like I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna paint this shit for you guys, and let's do like art, because I don't see a lot of cool shit being put out like for any events in general with like original art, because everything's digital, computers, Photoshop, taking pictures and pasting them and shit. There's like, it brought me back to like back then when I would see like these fucking
those
flyers with these dudes on turntables and shit. So
the ska events, the medals, all that shit. Like
so for a while
you never see oldies, like you never see those type of styles. So that's pretty cool.
And I finally got to it. I stopped bullshitting, and finally we did the first one. And I had no idea how to compose a fucking flyer or how to do anything like that. But I was excited to see what they were gonna bring because I saw it and I told them like, you don't need to go to all these different places. Like we're from Long Beach. Like let's bring something like that here. Like make it tight.
Fuck yeah, that's where you're gonna start.
Yep.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I think that you guys should definitely advance like to more cities, to more, hit up other bars and then just promote. I think you guys can make a huge thing right here. Like a lot of people everywhere want to go to oldies events, and there's some, but not a lot. And there's some in LA, but they're like what, like once every 4 or 5 to 6 months, like. Yeah,
I mean, there's a couple over there, but I mean, as far as Long Beach, there's not really much going on with that type of thing. So that's why we, that's like how me and Leo came upon this. We're like, no one else is really doing this. Like, why not? Let's do it. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like this. It's really a movement. Honestly, it's a movement, and big shout out to everybody that's playing oldies out there and doing all these like oldies event, because it's almost like a lost thing, especially with like all this other music coming out nowadays. Like
I know.
Say nothing, but
hey, you know what? I listen to Cardi B. I know. But me, I'm very eclectic. That's why I have an eclectic type podcast. Because I have fun, dude. I have fun at your party.
It's an eclectic soul.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got someone corrected me. It's not, because I hate to say eclectic, and it's eclectic or something. Eclectic. There you go. See, I got. My own fucking podcast.
Don't ask me no more questions. That's it. I'm not really.
Oh, and who does the booking and stuff like that, like for like DJs? Because I'm sure it's you, Leo.
Yeah. So basically, me and Leo handle like the event and all the stuff that has to do with it. And my boy Ivan, he handles all the artwork, the shirts, the merchandise.
Fucking lucky little booty shorts. What's up? I'm gonna go get some. Should have brought me some of those. Oh yeah. Yo, I'm gonna shout out. I want to give away one of his shirts. He gave me one, and I'm gonna give away one because But I love it. Hold on, just so I can show it in the camera. There you go. So I'm gonna give one away.
Awesome. Yeah, this brand actually came through Soul Times, through these events. Like, I started that shit.
I see your stand. It's fucking tight. I'm pretty sure you sell out pretty quick, right?
It does pretty good. Yeah. We get a lot of support. Shout out to everybody that buys stuff from us.
Hell yeah.
But it's my girl's brand. I just do the artwork.
I love it. It's fucking tight. It's fucking tight. If I see it at Forever 21, I'll buy it.
We sold out. It's on Forever 21.
Fuck it. But you. So you're an artist, and what else do you like? Obviously, you helped them out with their logo and stuff like that.
I tattoo full time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a full time tattoo artist in Long Beach, private studio. So, that's it. Just tattooing and trying to create art and meet people through it and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So, it's basically it.
What's your tattoo style? Like, what is it?
I do traditional and fine line, like black and gray, prison style, single needle stuff. So, classic. They're both classic styles, they're not that new shit. It's, the prison style, black and gray, and then the super traditional, old school, bright, colorful.
Oh, nice.
Sailor Jerry stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's really pin up, man. You guys I bet you guys get a lot of customers out there at the Soul Times, right?
I shake a lot of hands. A lot of times I forget who I shake hands with, but we get a lot of people.
Okay, so you do their artwork for all their flyers, right?
Yeah.
I fucking like your flyers. Every time, me and Betha, we have a group chat, right? And Betha be like, event, who's this playing or whatever. And I'm like, what is it? Soul Times. I'm like, oh, okay, let's go. And I see the artwork and I'm like, damn, dude, that's nice.
Thank you.
That's all Ivan right there.
That's all Ivan. Yeah, it's fucking dope.
Thank you.
How do you create that? Like, what did you?
I don't know. It just whatever comes to mind. Yeah, whatever comes to mind. Like, dude, it's one of those things where you have a lot of ideas of doing these things, and you have fucking sketches laid out. But it's when these things come around that's like you're forced, not forced, but you have a deadline.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, I have that one idea I want to do. Boom, I'm gonna do it here. I'm gonna do it there, because I can't always tattoo that shit, But just whatever pops in my mind. I hear a song or I see something in the street or on TV or something. Just
Okay, and who does the booking for the bars and all that stuff? And
well, that's between me and Leo. So me and Leo pretty much split the work. So I handle more of the like promotion and like the social media, the content, all that stuff. Leo handles more of the like bar bookings and stuff like that. As far as the DJ bookings, we kind of that's kind of like 50-50. Like we kind of decide that like
whatever bar you go get fucked up for, like, hey, what's up? Like, who's the owner? Does it make connections, huh?
Well, I mean, like we've been in Long Beach for a while. DJ, I mean, Leo's actually like he's a pretty well-known dude in Long Beach, especially on 4th Street. So he's got a lot of connections out there. I've met a lot of people through him. So, like I said, we started at the Stash Bar, and the Stash Bar was it was fun. We had a lot of fun times at the Stash Bar.
Did you ever go to one at the Stash?
Yeah, I was there. Oh, that's when I went to go pick up Beto and Osco. They're fucked up, and I came. So I do Uber, right? So I came back from working because I had to make my money, right? I came back, and these fools are all fucked up, just smoke. Beto smoking a cigarette, and Oscar smoking a blunt with some girl, right? Cute ass girl, big boobs like this. She was like this. I was like, God damn, girl! Like I couldn't see her stomach because her boobs were that big. So then I picked them up, and I was like, y'all are fucked up already. But it was already ending. But it was so fucking packed, dude. Well, obviously it's so small. Stash is so small, but it was so fucking packed. Yeah. So you knew, like, you got to get a bigger.
Yeah. I mean, like, big love though to the Stash Bar because they've always had our back since day one. So for sure. But I mean, nothing. It was nothing against them. You know, the event just kind of outgrew the place,
and that's okay. Know, so, I'm sure they're that's where it all started, right?
So we had to move out, and we had to look for a new, bigger location.
Thank God Ashley's came through,
and we found Ashley's. Leo knew the guy there too, so Leo chopped it up with him. He got it booked for us. And and then that's how Ashley's came about. So,
well, Ashley's is making money.
Shout out for Ashley's too,
They're making their money. Hell yeah. That's tight though. Where else have you checked out at bars to promote your
We're not trying to be all over the place. We just want to maintain one location at a time, Okay. We do get booked for like guest spots. We're working with Trish Toledo.
Oh yeah.
So big shout outs to Trish Toledo because
I'm gonna have her come on my podcast and talk.
She's
a homegirl.
She's since day one she's been there supporting us. So if you guys don't know who it is, check out Trish Toledo.
I'm gonna tag her. Don't even worry about it, guys.
So she's been booking us.
I love it.
She's been booking us for a couple of her shows. She'll do her thing, her concert, and we'll drop the sets before and between sets and stuff like that. So that's always fun and that's always a good time.
And you get to network more and just kind of promote more. And then you guys see the bigger crowd that are actually digging what you guys are doing or the kind of events that you guys are doing, like myself, Like, I really like these events. I try to go all the time, but sometimes I can't, Fuck it, sorry. You have it every 4th of...
So, we have Soul Times every 4th Sunday of the month.
There you go.
For now, just once a month. We don't want to overdo it for now.
Yeah.
So that's where it is. But like I said,
People gotta recover.
It takes a couple of days for that.
As you get older, you need fucking hours to recover, fool.
So every 4th Sunday, and then we'll pop up here and there, like I said, at the Trish shows or anywhere else that they'll hit us up for. We're always down. But as far as now, we'll be at Ashley's Bar every 4th Sunday. So come on through.
Catch them on there. Well, don't worry. I always repost your guys' flyers and shit. So that. I'm like, damn, y'all gotta go. So a lot of people have been going. A lot of our friends went that day. Sorry, I went for a little bit, but they went and it was a good time. So the next one you guys have, but how many DJs out there play oldies? Like I only know a couple. Like 3 or 4 homies that play oldies, but that's because they like funk style. So like hip hop, like some funk, you know what I mean? But some of them have like some oldies, but some oldies like soul times, you know what I mean? So how many do you know that play?
I know a lot, man. It's a little community, honestly. Yeah? It's a little community.
It's crazy.
Like I said, it's a movement. Like
maybe I just got so much into EDM that I lost my head. I lost my head for a while. My bad. I didn't.
It's a little community. It's a movement. Like there's a lot of people out here trying to push these oldies, trying to push this movement. Everyone's doing their own thing. These oldies things, they pop up all over LA, all over. Like I said though, it wasn't happening in Long Beach, so we made it happen there. But shout out to them too, because at the end of the day, we're all in it, for the same cause, push the movement and keep this fucking music alive, because that's where it's at.
Yeah, because people hardly go to these events. Like, they need to check them out. You also have freaking car clubs out there. Dude, you see, like, the homie Beto has a little ramfla, right? And then you see a lot of people bringing their own, like, whips, you know, showing them off. Kind of like a little car show in front of the Ashley's bar. That's fucking dope. I bet you, like, different car clubs come along, right?
We try to promote that a little bit. So we, for anybody out there that wants to come to the Soul Times, and they have a classic car, just hit us up, and we have Ashley's parking lot across the street, and we will reserve a spot for you if you have a classic car. So that's how we have a lot of dudes coming out there with classic cars and stuff like that.
That's dope. Yeah, because you obviously. So I don't know if you guys know, in Pedro they used to have car night or something like that. I have not gone, but to see like a lot of classics like that in one area. Because I used to go a lot of car shows, Pomona car shows, a lot of swap meets and stuff like that with my pops. Nothing but like nice ass Bel Airs, you know, Chevys, the Malibus. You see some of those nice little color, you know what I mean? I don't know much about the interior, like the fucking like engine shit, but I just know they look fucking nice, you know.
Nice car. It's a really nice car.
The homegirl just posing right there. Look at her. Oh, the shit. The girl makes the car, or the car makes the girl.
But a lot of that shit, like that whole thing, is like the music ties everything in though. Like tattoos, art, cars, music, fucking everything. You'll be surprised. I've had friends there that don't do anything else but cars, and they'll be like, "Oh, look, that's that one guy that does these. Remember I was telling you about?" And you'll meet people there that like from all those scenes. They all like come together that Sunday. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's like a big ass, like it's like your community coming together to one thing.
It's all one culture, really. It's all connected. You know, the oldies,
because you see some old ass bitches there and old ass motherfuckers there, and some young.
But you see some young motherfuckers there too, which is
and some young ass motherfuckers and some young ass bitches. Seriously,
which is cool.
All
though.
sorts. Yeah,
We like that. It about that.
Cool,
Me and Evan were just talking about
we
that.
We were just talking about this on the way over here. I don't know. I felt like it was like a warm up to this, but we were talking about it in the car, like the age gap. Usually it's like here or there, but there it's like so balanced. Yeah. It's cool. It's cool to see that.
Yeah. That's fucking tight.
Yeah, it's cool. We got a lot of young cats coming out, older cats, all types of cats coming in there. So
alley cats, stray
dogs,
cats.
You know, everything.
Alley cats, stray cats.
But it's cool. At the end of the day, the vibe is right, you know. It's always positive. So much love to that. I appreciate that, every time people come to Soul Times, they keep that positive vibe. Like, there's not really a lot of negative energy going on. Everyone's just there to have a good time, party, and get fucked up. I was telling Ivan, that shit feels like you're like at a backyard party almost, a backyard boogie like back in the day and shit. So that's kind of the vibe that we want to give up to these, at these events. Like, just positive vibe and just have a good time, get fucked up and party.
Yep.
Which is...
Hell yeah. I wanted to talk about your tattoos. I wanted to talk about how'd you start? What is your passion with tattoos?
All right, so I'm 31. I've been pushed to do it since I was like 17, 18. Mm-hmm. But I don't like to commit to stuff unless I'm like gonna go all for it. So I didn't take it on till like 3.5, almost 4 years ago. Like super late into it. Like I was like, fuck, am I too old to get into it? But I got tired of working who I was working for at the time. And I said, fuck it, like, I'm just going to do it. And I quit my job, like, with no savings, no nothing, no plan, the day before my son was born. So I just said, fuck it, like, there's no better way to do it than to just go fucking balls out, just do it.
Just do it, yeah.
Everything was on the line, so, 3.5, 4 years later, got a private studio downtown, so it's cool, like, to see the progression and how hard it can get in downtown Long Beach, yeah. So, that's basically, I got tired of working for people and fucking being unappreciated.
Yeah.
And I got tired of hearing my homie talk shit all the time. Like, he would show up to my job. Fuck this guy, Ivy, you need to start fucking tattooing. And the dude was an Arabic guy, so he would look at me and like, Ivy, he was scared of him because he looked like a fucking crackhead. Yeah. He had piercings and shit all over his face. So he'd be like, Ivan, he can't come by no more, bro. Like, he's fucking up business. So, yeah, that was the guy that got me started. He basically, I went to his house. I called him. I told him, dude, like, I'm ready. And fucking, he let me run the machine on his leg. I'm good right now. And yeah, from there I was like, this is it. I want to do this. And he left his machines with me, and I was just, fucking my homies up left and right, and then finally took it serious and bought my own shit.
You fucked up your homies' skin, huh?
Well, they're not that bad.
No,
like they still come around, so it's cool to see some of those homies still come around. I'm like, hey, remember when we did that one? Like,
hey, redo my shit, fool. Now. Now that you fucking way good, fool, come on.
Right, you do it. Come on, man. Hook me up.
What about your homies? You're like, hey, give me a discount, fool. No.
Everybody wants a discount.
I always wanted to, like, come on, man, $20.
I'm gonna promote your shit. Just do it for me. Come on.
Yeah,
I got a lot of Instagram followers.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, man, just been a huge ass one for like $15.
Right.
I've asked people that before.
My bad. I didn't mean to put you on blast like that. We were part of those people.
No, I don't care. Fuck it. I mean, it's true. I'm not the only one. You can't deny the fact. But yeah, I your tattoos are really dope. I follow you on Instagram, and I fucking was like, damn, this fucking are dope.
Thank you.
Oh,
appreciate
nice.
it.
Yeah.
I try.
Mm-hmm. What is your style like? What is it?
I do like bright, bold, colorful, like traditional stuff. Very simple, small, like color palette, and fine line black and gray. So it's like familiar like to like the jailhouse shit, single needle, prison style. That type of imagery too. Yeah. So a lot of original artwork too. It's not like, people are bringing me, I want this sculpture, I want this done in, it's a lot of it. It's like a lot of original artwork. Yeah. So it's, that's the two styles that I'm basically focused on.
Nice. Is there a favorite tattoo out there that you were like, damn, this fucking shit came out?
I actually did one yesterday. I did a fucking Snoopy, and it was like fucking tiny. It was like this small.
Was it a champ stamp? No, kidding.
No, but it was like this small. But the Snoopy had an eagle tattoo on his chest that was this small, and he had Vans on it. You could see, like, if you zoom in, you could see all that detail, and it had like a wave in the background.
I saw it. That shit was dope.
But yeah, that shit was like, it looks big on the picture, but it was like this big. So the eagle was like fucking this tiny.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, so I think that one, like all the small stuff is usually my favorite because to pack that much detail into it, and people are like, oh shit, they see it from a distance, they get close, like, oh, that fucking dude has a tattoo on his arm and it's fucking microscopic, it's pretty tight.
That's fucking sick.
So
that's fucking tight.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to ask you to tattoo me, but I'm just gonna make a bunch of money and then I'll hit you up.
I'll give you a discount.
No. Well, I mean, that's the thing about it though. Like, if you have homies that are doing like their business, like for example, I'm doing podcasting. I would like my homies to like help me out in getting me people, getting me followers, helping me out on my own craft, right? Because that's what happens when you're an artist. Like
hey, that shit comes back full circle. Like you support, like you pay for people other. That are probably gonna give you this shit for free. You still refuse it. Like a lot of my friends refuse to take discounts from me. They're like, no, well, how much? They'll ask me before they get a tattoo, how much would you charge my homie for this? And they'll book something similar. So whatever I told them, that's what they'll pay me. Even though I'm like, no, it's this much for you,
Yeah.
So supporting everybody. Like we're supporting you. You support us. I support Pollo. He supports me. Yep. It just we all gotta do that shit for each other.
Yeah, we can't be hating each other and shit. We can't be doing that shit. We gotta support each other. Like you and your homie Leo, right?
Yeah.
Oh, too bad he couldn't come. It's all right.
I know. It's all good though. Yeah.
He'll come next time.
He's with us in spirit. Like he'd be right here right now, like next to me. Or nah, he'd probably be in the front seat. Me and Boy would be chilling in the back.
Yeah, I would take that back seat for sure.
Sorry, my co-host couldn't make it today, so I was like, fuck it, just sit in the front, fool, cause
fuck it. All right, shotgun.
And how long have you been DJing or doing your thing and collecting vinyls or what's up?
I actually haven't been doing it for that long, but I just grew up around music my whole life that it was just kind of natural to me, So growing up, I had a lot of different influences because of my siblings. I have like all of my siblings are older. I'm the youngest one.
Yeah.
So I got hit with a lot of like influence, like as a young kid. Like I'd be in one of my brothers' like cars bumping like Ralphie Pagan and all type of oldies and shit. And then I'll be like with my other brother and he'll be fucking like, he was into like rockabilly and shit like that. So
I used to go to a lot of those rockabilly shows, but I wasn't really into it. I was more into like ska and like punk and shit like that. But the rockabilly shows are fucking tight though. So
and then and I was young as fuck. I was like 8 or 9 listening to this shit. So, and then I have another brother that he's super into like death metal and shit like that. So
dang it, all genres right
I had all
there.
types of shit.
And then
like,
your mom wanted romanticas, and then the cat.
yeah.
Los Bukis, Los Yonix.
I fuck with
Los Angeles
Bukis.
Negros and shit
I
right
fuck
there.
with that shit too.
Yeah, I did too.
I have Angeles Negros records like
I
crazy.
love it, yeah.
But yeah, so I grew up around music my whole life, and then one of my brothers was actually a DJ. Not a big DJ, you know, just your typical backyard quinceañera TJ.
Probando uno, dos.
you know, but he knew his shit. He knew his music. So I mean, like I said, I was around music my whole life. So once I got like older, yeah, it was just like, obviously I did my own thing when I got older. I was actually into the ska scene.
Oh, really?
When I was younger. So I've kind of been doing this before, this whole like throwing events or stuff. When I was 18, I used to throw ska shows in Long Beach.
Wow, I used to throw them right here in Wilmington.
There you go. I probably
was
went
your
to
rival.
them. I was probably there.
Oh, yeah. My mom was probably charging your ass like, nope, $3.
Yeah.
Your mom used to be at the door?
Yeah, to like 3 or 4 times.
That's tight.
And then when people bring in their nostings.
You know you gotta charge them
like,
extra. You gotta charge them extra.
And then my mom was like, yes, and then I would tell my mom what it is, right? She's like, she wouldn't say nothing. Like, she'll say like no, but she's not gonna say no, don't come in, you know? Yeah. She had their date with them. So they just went in there and I'm like, oh my god.
She had the next one slinging balloons too in the front making money.
No, but she'd be staring at me like, she's like waiting to see if I do it. She'll be calling me every, like texting me, get in the front, come in the front. Fuck, I'll be in the back trying to drink. Like, let me fucking party. Yeah, but it was a good time though.
Yeah.
How much money did you make? What was the most you made at a show
at a ska show?
Or a show or whatever that you?
I think like.
Don't be humble, just say it.
I think I did like around 1,000 when I was like.
Really? Damn.
Well, I was throwing venue shows. I wasn't throwing like.
Venue shows. Oh, I'll throw backyard stuff.
I did. I actually started off throwing backyard shows.
Okay.
That's where it started, and then we moved on to.
This was always been a promoter.
This
was always been his little. He's gonna go to Vegas now, get a big ass venue. Hey,
Jack of all trades.
Nah, but I mean, it's like. Yeah, but like you gotta pay off this person, and then you gotta pay off this person. At the end of the day, you don't come back with all that fucking money. So
yeah.
But I mean, it was cool. So that's why like once like Soul Times came about, like it was kind of like easy, like not easy, but it was like natural for me to just like I already kind of had that past experience.
And now with like social media, and now with all this shit,
it's
like
so much easier.
Yeah, MySpace and flyers, right?
Back then, yeah, it was MySpace, flyers.
How would you do? Oh, you put it in your bulletin, or how was it? How would you?
I would spam the shit out of people. Like,
send it, yeah?
I would just send and post like crazy.
Invites. There was invites, I think. Yeah. That's funny.
A great story about the flyer thing. Like, when we were in high school, one day we were like, fuck it, let's go pass out flyers, right?
Yeah.
So we did school, and we had all these flyers, and we were ready, right? And I went to that high school that we went to. My homie had the wrong time on his fucking, on his watch. So he's like, all right, school's about to get out, let's go. He gave us the wrong time, so by the time we pull up to the front, they're not out yet. So guess who rolls up on us? The fucking cop that was on site. Gave us tickets, gave us all fucking tickets. I got in so much trouble. It was, that dude got, it was like he was off by like 5 minutes. And thanks to those 5 minutes, we got fucking tickets and all kind of trouble and shit. Fuck, yeah, that's how I remember flyers.
Well, I remember, well, this is probably off topic, but I remember I had an event, and it was a show, and it was a half show, half party. So, you know, like the bands play first, and then it was like the DJ after, right? The DJ was setting up, the bands were still playing, they're finishing, the cops roll up. People on the front start running through the back. They don't run. They don't even run. Some of them run to the side and some of them run to the back. But everybody just screaming. You see everybody grabbing their stuff. I'm like, oh, fuck. And you know what? It was a fucking abandoned house. So everybody just had to run. Like, but I was the one in front. And I was like, fuck. Like, what do I do? I'm gonna leave everybody in the back. Just fucking book it. Like, fuck it. I invited them.
Do what they do at the parties. Everybody sing happy birthday or like keep it down, some shit like that.
But it was an abandoned house. And everybody knew it was an abandoned house. Everybody walked in like, isn't this abandoned? Like, fuck it.
That happened to us actually when we first started throwing the Scotch shows, but it was like we didn't know.
What the fuck?
Like,
I knew.
We didn't know, so I guess the person had lost the house already, but he didn't let us know. And so we're like, all right, fuck it, it's cool. So we threw it, and then we ended up throwing it. And next thing you know, like, no, this shit's like it's an abandoned house, and I'm, what the fuck?
It's already cracking and shit. Like,
why is there no pictures on the wall? Why isn't there no quinceañera? Like, you know those pictures they take with the dress and all the chambelanes?
Why isn't your daughter there? Your granddaughter there? That's funny. That's fucking tight. Damn. So you've been doing this for a while then. So you fucking know what's up now.
I mean, not really. Like it was a phase. Like I did it when I was younger.
From there you learned. From there you kind of got caught on to like.
I got some past experience. But yeah. Like I said,
who did your
went
flyers? This fool too?
No. I didn't know Big Bad Ivan back then yet.
Oh, no, chill.
How'd you guys meet? How'd you guys?
At one of the Soul
Time. Like,
just like that?
Before it was, I think it was before it was like Soul Time, right? It was still at the stash and stuff. And we just met, and I knew he was a DJ there, and you know, alcohol fucking unites people and it creates bonds and shit.
Most definitely,
yeah.
So I think that's
we too, man.
But Leo, I knew Leo for a while before that. Like I know Leo for a while.
Oh, okay.
So that's how, you know, through Leo, bumped into him, and we talked at the bar, and we were talking about all these events and shit, and then, you know, it just fucking conversation after conversation, it just
we just clicked,
came to fruition. Like that shit just boom.
We were on the same shit already. Like when I met him, like we were chopping it up, and I told him like I want to, like he told me, he's like, you guys should like, you know, push this a little bit more, and I was like, you know what, like we've been planning to, but we've just been like procrastinating and not doing it. And then finally, like I think it was like 2, maybe 3 months later, I finally like talked to Leo, and we're like, you know what, like we need to push this a little bit more, because you know a lot of people have been asking for it more.
Yeah.
So we did, and the first thing we did was like, well, first thing we gotta do is come up with a fucking name. So I mean that kind of took a while. We were just like name after name after name, and we were like, fuck, we couldn't figure out. So finally it came down to like 3 names. I don't want to say the other 2 because we might use them for some other shit later on.
I was about to say, what are they now?
Don't tell us.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Somebody's gonna take that shit.
But
copyright that bitch.
Yeah. So
legal rights right now.
So we finally came up on Soul Time, and then it became Soul Times, and then that's when I hit up Ivan, and I was like, yo, Ivan, like we got a name for this shit, like. Let's do it now. And the first thing me and Leo did was create an Instagram, and we locked that name down on Instagram first, so nobody could take that shit.
Yeah.
And we hit up Ivan, and we were like, yo, we got a fucking name. Like, can you want to link up? Let's do this fucking logo, flyers, and you know, no doubt, Ivan was down. So, and then that's how that came about. And from there, we did the first one at the stash. New Year's, right? January.
Yeah, it was January.
This year, January, and it was cool. It wasn't like it was a big change from what we usually do. Like a lot more people showed up. Not how it is, not how it is now, but it showed up. And then second month, I don't know, where it just kind of blew up a little bit more. But the third month, it was fucking crazy. Like there's just like crazy packed at the stash, and it happened a lot quicker than I thought it was gonna happen. Me and Leo, like we talked about it, and literally we're like, oh, it's probably gonna take like about a year. Or a little bit less.
Hell, it started cracking.
Right. It
3 months in,
blew up a lot faster than we thought it was, and
because I was hearing about you guys, but I was like, I don't know. I just wasn't like going. I don't know what the fuck it was, right? Until Beto told me, you know, another word of mouth, right? That's how it happens. Like one of your friends go, they tell you what's up, and then they started posting it a lot, and I was like, okay, I gotta go.
Yeah. I remember when I met Beto. I met him randomly. He said, from what I remember, he said he didn't even know Soul Times was going on. He just went out with his boy.
Carmelo. Oh, Osco? Oh, fucking Osco. Dirty ratchet, Osco.
Yeah, I guess.
Ratchet. He knows he's ratchet. Go ahead.
I didn't say that, but
I did. Prada said it.
But yeah, he was there. They were there the whole night, chilling, like the whole day for Soul Times. And then I came up to them after.
Oh, that's the one where I fucking picked them up.
Yeah.
No wonder.
So we chopped it up, and then from what I remember, I think they said that they weren't even there for Soul Times. They just went out for a drink.
Yeah.
And then they like ran into Soul Times.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started chopping, and I told them about Soul Times, like, you know, what it was and what we're doing, blah blah. And ever since then, they've been big supporters of it. So shout out to them, like, for sure. They're always reposting my shit.
Yeah.
And everything we're doing. So yeah, appreciate that for sure.
Yeah, Oscar has this little cruising.
He does.
Yeah,
I've reposted that a few times for him, man. Fuck yeah.
I told him to come on. He's gonna come on the podcast, but bring Beto because they both go together all the time. Yeah, that's why I was talking about the cars, because I would go to car shows a lot, and I would see a lot of the the oldies, the Bel Airs, the Impalas, the Chevelles, and all them. Like, it just look really nice and classy. Like, but the style also, like the grease up, the pinup style, just kind of came with it. You see a lot of girls with their little hair like that. I used to have Betty Bangs back in the day. I look really cute in Betty Bangs. I really like them. Just brings out the eyes, Yeah, but I really, really admire what you guys are doing. Soul Times is fucking tight. I'm gonna keep reposting all your events all the time.
Thank you.
Keep Trish. She's gonna come along to the podcast. I can't wait to have her on.
Yeah, that's a homegirl right there.
And yeah, when she performs to yours, we're gonna be out there. It's fucking tight. And I thank you guys for coming on the podcast. And
thank you for having us.
You guys could come back again. I'm trying to do this thing, and I think it's pretty dope. I'm trying to do this thing where I have like a little like a get together or something, and like a couple DJs mix. You know what I mean? Interview. You know what I mean? Kind of be like a 2-hour thing. Probably 3 or 4 DJs. That sounds like a cool thing, right? Imagine just having some oldies. And mix a little bit of soul. You know what I mean? Shit like that. I don't know, probably. So if you know anybody and any homies that would be down for something like that, you can hit me up.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know.
And thank you,
guys need a flyer for that? Let me know.
Hey, I was going to tell you right now. I was going to tell you that you could do that for us, And thank you for the shirts. Dope. What's your girls?
It's Aching Hearts LB. I think it should be that on Instagram. Aching Hearts LB.
You can send it to me and I'll post it on. And it's your girl's brand, or? Yeah,
so I designed all the artwork. We went through this thing with, it's like a personal family issue where we needed more time with, my son. Mm-hmm. So that's what we did. Like, I was like, fuck that. Like, I'm going to do something for you and get the ball rolling so you could just leave your job and focus on the task at hand. And that's where this came out. And, she started going to all the car shows and stuff. So it came from that. So the Aching Hearts thing, like, the brand comes from exactly that, an aching heart based on a situation we got put through. So, and that's her main source of income now. She's not tied up to the 9-to-5 shit thanks to this.
That's fucking dope,
and it's growing. It's only like 3 months old. So
yeah, I seen her stuff. I really liked it. I just fucking didn't have a cash on me. I just had my card.
Nah, it's all good. But yeah, but thanks to Soul Time, this shit came.
I'm gonna give one of the shirts away. So cool. I'm gonna tag you in all of them, and repost your stuff, and I'll share it.
Cool.
You guys just sell them, because I know you sell them in Soul Times and car shows as well.
Car shows, yeah. We're trying to get into all the car shows. For sure, it's through, like, everything is ran through Instagram.
Yeah.
So if you guys check out her page, her stuff is on there. You could just order from her, deliver, ship, whatever.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. All right, guys. Well, I thank you for coming. I learned a lot. Your parties are fucking tight.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a good time, man. Just dancing, with your partner, without your partner, with your homegirls. You know what I mean? Everybody just having a good time and
singing real badly to these songs, forgetting lyrics and fucking up.
Hey, why you talking shit now?
The other night, last Sunday, I was like, "Hey, pray Freddie Mercury." I was like, "What the fuck?" Because I had just watched that movie.
Oh yeah, that
like,
was
not
me.
Freddie Fender. I'm like,
me.
I'm sorry. Like, in my head, I still think about. I'm like, fuck. And I had just watched that, that movie on him.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, damn, I fucked up. And you remember that?
He came up to me. He was like, "Play that And
everybody's correcting me like, nah. And they're like, "You mean Freddie Fender?" I'm like, fuck, I fucked up, man. Fucking movie.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, Pollo. Thank you, Ivan. What is your IGs, and where can people check your stuff out or add you?
You can check out Soul Times at Soul Times LB. And we usually update it regularly. Well, we try to. All the flyers by Ivan get posted up through there, all that stuff. Like I said, we're there every fourth Sunday at Ashley's for now. So, yeah, whenever you guys want to come down and hear some oldies, good tunes, come on through.
All right. And Ivan?
I'm under Ivan _Espinoza _LBC. It's a long ass fucking name, but it's on my card, so I can't change it right now.
Don't worry, I'm still gonna tell you guys. But I really thank you for coming, guys. I'll be at your next Soul Times, and yeah, thank you guys, and
thank you
everybody. And the koozies, what's up?
Oh, I've been calling it the wrong way, yeah.